All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to peek into the very near future of how businesses are going to run. And I'm not talking about some far-off dream. We're talking about a massive shift that experts are predicting for as early as 2026. It's all centered around something called Agentic AI.
So let me just ask you this. What if your business could pretty much run itself in just a couple of years? I know, it sounds a little like science fiction, doesn't it? But the technology we're about to break down is being designed to do exactly that.
Now, let's be clear. We are not talking about the kind of AI you use today, the one that helps you draft an email or find a picture. We're about to explore a huge leap, a move away from AI assistance, where it's basically a helpful tool, to true AI autonomy, where it becomes a system that can manage entire business processes all on its own.
Okay, but here's a really important point we need to get straight right away. The goal here isn't to take humans out of the equation, not at all. It's actually to empower them. The whole idea is to build a system where a small team of people can safely and effectively manage a huge network of AIs. It's about scaling human expertise and judgment, not trying to replace it.
All right, so how does this whole thing actually work under the hood? Well, to really get it, you need to know about two key players that are running the show.
First up, we've got something called Agentic AI Orchestration. It sounds a little complicated, right? But think of it this way. It's not just one AI, it's a whole network of them, a team, all working together. And the key word here is agentic. That means they don't just sit around waiting for you to tell them what to do. They can actually plan, make decisions, and use digital tools all by themselves to get a job done.
And where do you manage this new AI workforce? That's where the corporate AI studio comes in. You can literally think of it as mission control, a central command center. It's the dedicated space inside your company where you build, test, and keep an eye on all these agents, making sure they're all playing by the rules and operating safely.
And this right here, this lays out the difference perfectly. On one hand, you have the standard AI we're all used to. It waits for your command, it helps with one thing at a time. It's a tool you use. But on the other hand, with Agentic AI, it plans, it decides, it manages the whole shebang. You're not using a tool anymore, you're supervising a team. It's a totally different ballgame.
So how do all these moving parts actually come together to get real work done? Let's peek inside that AI command center and see how the magic happens.
So it's all set up kind of like a real team. At the very top, you have the orchestrator. This is your project manager, the central brain. You give it a big goal, and its job is to break that goal down into smaller, manageable tasks. Then it delegates those tasks to its team of specialized worker agents. One might be a whiz at data analysis, another might be an expert at writing reports. And these agents get the job done by using the software your company already has, like Salesforce or Excel.
But here's the most important part. Safety is baked right into the system. You kick things off by just describing your goal in plain English. The AI then comes up with a whole plan, but it can't do anything until you give it the green light. And as the agents get to work, the system is designed to pause and ask for your permission before making any big moves, like spending money. Plus, every single action is logged, so you have a complete audit trail. The human is always in the loop.
Okay, so that's the how. Now let's talk about the why. What's the promise here? What makes this such a potential game changer for businesses?
Man, the possibilities here are pretty wild. Take something they're calling vibe coding. The idea is that you can build a new app just by describing what you want it to do. No code needed. Imagine your business processes not only running 24/7, but also fixing themselves while you sleep. Or think about offering a truly personalized experience to thousands of customers all at the same time. And this could finally be the end of those annoying bottlenecks where everything just stops because you're waiting for someone to copy and paste data from one system to another.
So what does this all boil down to? What's the big economic payoff? Well, it's all about speed. A massive, massive compression of project timelines. We're talking about complex projects that take weeks right now, like setting up and staffing a brand new office, getting done in just a matter of days. The potential jump in productivity is just enormous.
But, and you knew there was a but coming, with this much power, there are obviously some pretty serious challenges. This technology is not a silver bullet, and we have to be really honest and clear-eyed about the hidden risks.
First off, you've got what's being called the maintenance nightmare. See, setting up an AI agent might seem easy, but that is just step one. Your business is always changing, right? New rules, new processes. Well, every time that happens, you have to go back and update the instructions for every single agent. This is not a set it and forget it kind of deal. Not at all.
Then there's the reliability gap.
A 99% accuracy rate? That sounds amazing, right? Almost perfect. But let's really think about what that means. In a big company that's processing thousands of items a day, that tiny 1% error rate can still add up to hundreds of mistakes every single month. It means you have to be auditing and checking the system constantly.
And of course, security. This is a huge one. You have to be incredibly careful about what data these agents can access. Giving an agent the keys to the entire kingdom just in case is, well, it's a recipe for disaster. One mistake by that one agent, and it could expose all sorts of sensitive company information. You absolutely have to stick to the principle of least privilege. Give them only what they need to do their job and nothing more.
And finally, there's a risk that's a little more subtle, but maybe even more dangerous in the long run: the knowledge drain. Think about it. If we start relying on AI to do everything, what happens to our own skills? Our human employees could start to forget how to do these critical tasks themselves, and if that system ever goes down, that loss of knowledge could be absolutely catastrophic.
So when you weigh all this, the incredible promise, and these serious perils, what does it all mean for us, for the people in the workforce? Well, it signals a really fundamental shift in what our jobs are going to look like.
And this really gets to the heart of it, the big takeaway for all of us. Our roles are going to flip from being a doer to being a supervisor. Our focus is going to shift away from just executing tasks and more towards designing the goals for the AI to execute. Our value won't come from manual work anymore, but from our strategic thinking, our creativity, and our ability to audit and guide the system.
Which leaves us with one last, really big question to chew on. In a world where AI agents are running the day-to-day processes, what's left for us to do? What then becomes the most valuable human skill? What is it that we can bring to the table that can't be automated? That's the puzzle we're all going to have to solve, and probably sooner than we think.